It's 2:15 in the morning. The house is silent, and you are wide awake, heart pounding, mind replaying a conversation from years ago, or a diagnosis you haven't processed, or a phone call you're dreading tomorrow. If that's a night you've lived more than once, stay with me. What I'm about to show you will change how you understand every single one of them. They don't tell you this in most churches, but waking up between midnight and 3 a.m. with an unexplainable weight on your spirit isn't always an accident. It is an assignment. It is a battleground, and the enemy isn't attacking who you were, he's attacking who you are becoming. Today I'm giving you 4 prophetic keys to turn those heavy hours into moments of victory. Stay with me until the 4th key, because that's where I expose the exact trap the enemy sets to keep you exhausted and show you exactly how to break it tonight. Number 1. The strategy of the enemy while men sleep. To understand why your mind comes under pressure between midnight and 3 a.m., you first have to understand the law of spiritual timing. In Matthew 13, Jesus tells a parable about a man who planted good seed in his field. While the workers slept, an enemy crept in, planted weeds among the wheat, and disappeared into the night. Notice the timing. The enemy didn't strike at noon, when the field was watched and the workers were alert. He waited for the dark, when the body was tired, the guard was down, and no one was checking the perimeter. Your mind is that same field. Between midnight and 3 a.m., your body is naturally wired for its deepest rest, which means your mental guard is lower than at any other hour of the day. That's exactly when subtle seeds get planted. Sudden fear, sudden shame, sudden dread about a future that hasn't even happened yet. Have you ever noticed that a manageable problem at 2 in the afternoon feels like a full-blown catastrophe at 2 in the morning? Nothing about the situation changed, only the hour did. That's not a coincidence. That's spiritual amplification. Think about the story in 1 Kings 3. 2 women, 1 night, and a child quietly exchanged in the dark while everyone slept. The enemy still works that way. While you're trying to rest, he attempts to swap your peace for a counterfeit spirit of panic, hoping you're too groggy to notice the trade before morning. He doesn't come to fight fair. He comes to plant a lie while you're too tired to check it against the truth. He's not really attacking your night. He's trying to sabotage your morning. Number 2. The third watch and the perversion of divine light. In ancient scripture, the night was divided into 4 watches. The stretch from midnight to 3 a.m. has long been called the third watch, historically and scripturally the darkest hour of the night. But here's what most people never learn. The night watches were never meant to be a season of torment. They were set apart by God as a time for vigilance, protection, and deep intercession. In Psalm 63, David writes about remembering the Lord even on his bed, turning his mind toward God through the night watches instead of toward fear. Because the enemy cannot create anything of his own, he can only imitate and pervert what God has already made holy. Christian tradition holds that Jesus laid down his life around the 9th hour, roughly 3 in the afternoon, releasing redemption and light into the world. In a cruel mirror of that hour, the powers of darkness often target the inverse, 3 in the morning, to project dread, torment, and mockery. So when you wake up in the deepest part of that hour, with pressure on your chest and thoughts that don't feel like your own, understand what's actually happening. Darkness is trying to claim territory in your mind that was never its property to begin with. Here is the truth I need you to write on your heart today. What the enemy uses for intimidation, God uses for intercession. When you're pulled awake during that hour, it isn't so you can lie there and be tortured by fear. It's an invitation to rule in prayer while everyone else is asleep. You're not waking up to be victimized. You're being summoned to stand watch and come out victorious. Real quick, if this is already describing a night you've had this past week, drop a 1 in the comments right now so I know you're still with me, because point 3 is about to explain why the attack gets worse right before your breakthrough, and point 4 is the one you do not want to miss. Number 3. The darkest hour precedes your breakthrough. Why is the battle for your mind so intense right before dawn? Because the enemy fights hardest right before God moves. Look at Peter. In Luke 22, Jesus warned him that Satan had asked to sift him like wheat. And Peter's darkest moment, the moment he denied even knowing Jesus, happened in the dark hours of the night, right up until the rooster crowed at dawn. Isolated and afraid in that watch, he faltered. But notice what comes next in Scripture. The third watch leads directly into the fourth, the exact hour Jesus walked out onto the water to rescue his disciples in the middle of a storm. It's the same hour God looked down through the pillar of fire and delivered Israel at the Red Sea. The enemy knows your morning is coming. He knows relief is on the horizon. So he concentrates his attack in those dark hours, hoping you'll give up minutes before your light breaks through. I think of a woman married almost 30 years who used to wake at 1 in the morning, certain her marriage was over, until she noticed the pattern. It hit hardest in the exact season her marriage was quietly being rebuilt. He isn't fighting your past, he's terrified of your prophecy. The intensity of the attack is proof of the size of the assignment God has placed on your life. If the dark hour is raging around your mind tonight, take heart. The darkest part of the night is proof the dawn is close. Number 4. How to turn the nighttime battle into an altar of peace. This is the key I promised you. This is where the enemy sets his trap, and where most believers get caught without ever realizing it. When you wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. with your mind racing, what's your instinct? Most people reach for their phone, scrolling news, scrolling social media, filling an already vulnerable mind with more noise. Others just lie there, wrestling their own thoughts, trying to reason their way out of what is actually a spiritual problem. Hear me clearly. You cannot outthink a spiritual attack. Fear is an invitation to panic. Prayer is an invasion of peace. Now, wisdom still matters here. Take care of your body, stay hydrated, and manage the ordinary stress of your day during the day, not at 2 a.m. And if these wakings are constant, exhausting, or paired with real physical symptoms, it is not weak faith to also talk to your doctor. God works through both the altar and the physician, but when spiritual dread hits your heart in the dark, you need more than good habits. You need to activate the weapon of divine truth. Here's how, practically starting tonight. First, sit up if you need to, and put your feet on the floor. Don't lie there quietly absorbing the thought. Second, don't reach for your phone, reach for your voice instead. Third, speak out loud, even in a whisper, Scripture over your mind. 2 Corinthians 10:5 tells us to take every thought captive to the obedience of Christ. That's not just a suggestion, it's a command with a method built into it. You take the thought captive by speaking truth louder than it. Try this tonight. Speak it slowly. I will lie down in peace and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. Say it once, say it again. Let it be the last thing your mind holds onto before you drift back to rest. The moment you turn your bedroom into an altar instead of a battlefield, the trap is broken. He meant those hours to drain you. God will use them to deepen your authority. Friend, you don't have to live in fear of the night hours anymore. The enemy is real, but he's on a leash, and the God of the universe holds it. Christ already won this battle. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from victory. Tonight, when you lay your head down, remember, the God who keeps you neither slumbers nor sleeps. He is guarding your mind, shielding your heart, and quietly turning every midnight battle into a morning testimony. If you're ready to take that authority back, I want you to do something with me right now. Type this exact phrase in the comments. God rules my nights, and peace commands my mind. Write it as an act of faith, not just agreement, but declaration. If this word strengthened you, subscribe and send it to someone who's been fighting these nights alone. Keep your eyes on Jesus. The God who speaks in the light is watching over you in the dark. Be blessed and rest tonight in His peace.